When we're understanding signal flow, it's actually easier to think about hardware. If you think about a sort of modular synth rig where you're taking the output of one module and passing it into something else, where you might process its level in some way or process its signal in some way, you would then pass that module onto another. And we could do the same thing with sort of hardware with synths, let's say taking the outputs and patching those into a reverb unit or into a guitar stomp box, where we're making physical connections, and at each stage we've got a volume output before the volume input of the next device. When we're working with plugins, and because we just chain those within our sort of the mixer section of our workstation, it's really easy to forget that there's a sort of physical connection from one to the next, and that by varying volume, both at the input and output stage, we can dramatically change the tone and sort of behavior of a sound, maintaining its overall volume but changing it in some way. And this is where volume relationships between plugins become really important. What we're going to do in this chapter is to look at what happens when we take a drum sound and we pass it through a couple of plugins and we experiment with input and output volume. What we're going to do is to shift the tone and the sort of feel of a sound in exactly the same way that guitarists might when they plug into an amplifier with both gain and volume to control the input and output stages. And we're going to change a sound whilst maintaining its overall output level.